We are Center Right Entertainment, and we are glad to introduce our game, Wizard's Last Stand. The player is an elder magician that is currently teaching a small group of students. This magician recently exiled one of his students for joking around and playing games during class. One day, the magician arrives to his class late to find that his room was ransacked. The only thing that was not out of place was a portable gaming console. When the magician picked up the console and turned it on, he was sucked into the digital realm of the game. He was greeted by a message from his exiled student informing him that the rest of his students are also in the game, and if he wants everyone to get out safe, he will have to play his game. The Wizard's Last Stand is intended for players that are between the ages of 8 and 18. Similar games like Candy Crush Saga, Tetris, and Galaxy Shooter Space Invaders have somewhere between 500,000 and 1 million downloads. That is one reason we can safely confirm that our game can attract the most attention from players within this age group. We plan to release this game for both iOS and Android smartphones to provide players with a free-to-play, low-cost game. Additionally, we intend to include microtransactions for currency, energy, and lives. We decided to take a simplistic approach, and that is why our game relies on 5 main mechanics. Those mechanics fall under the categories of translate, defense, time, consume, and win or lose. Translate allows the player to walk and move blocks around and arrange them in specific positions to avoid getting hit by fireballs. The player will be able to tap and hold their finger on blocks and move them around the screen by dragging their finger across the screen. Additionally, the player will be able to move the magician around with the help of a virtual joystick. This movement is similar to how players can pick up and move around the companion cubes in Portal. Defense allows the player to protect themselves from the fireball in the level as they get faster. In order for a player to defend themselves, they will need to use the translate mechanic to block or trap fireballs. This is only temporary defense, as the fireball will do damage to the blocks they touch over time. Our defense mechanic is similar to Maze Ice Wall in Overwatch. Time is the key important mechanic, as it controls the speed and color of the fireballs. Additionally, the speed of the fireballs due to the elapsed time will determine how long blocks will last. A similar mechanic would be the water in the game Worms WMD. In Worms, after the timer hits 0 each turn, after that the water level will rise, and if a worm touches the water, they die instantly. The way the consume mechanic works is similar to Darksiders. In Darksiders, War consumes souls of the enemy he defeats, or from looting chests to refill his currency, health, and or wrath meter. Each color represents currency, health, or wrath. In Wizard's Last Stand, each time the blocks are hit by the fire, it will consume the block after the block loses its strength. Each color flame will do a certain damage, as the blocks will have a defense meter, which will be destroyed once it reaches 0. Our win and lose mechanic is simple and clear to the player. It is similar to the way players win or lose in Rainbow Six Siege. In this example, Jaeger is under fire from the enemy IQ. He tries to take her out, but is unable to before she gets him. This loses a round for his team, and he was the last teammate standing. In Wizard's Last Stand, if the wizard dies, it's game over. There's no traditional win condition, but there is a loss, ending the player's run. Currently, we are still in the early stages of level design. However, here are some rough examples of how the game will look and play. In this image, the player is using the translate mechanic to move a group of blocks. In the second image, the fireballs are getting faster and changing colors as time passes. In this final image, the player has used blocks to trap a fireball temporarily so they can get past it. We hope our game has you interested. We plan to make many improvements in the future with your help. Thank you for your time.